Welcome back, Focus Learners. Today, we're diving into a brand new explainer, and we're stepping onto a campus that quite literally feels like a journey back in time. We're talking about Princeton University. Imagine historic, sweeping Gothic architecture, crisp autumn air. But beyond that beautiful aesthetic, we're really going to look at how, for nearly 3 centuries, this absolute powerhouse of an institution has been shaping world leaders and driving some of the most groundbreaking research in human history. And right off the bat, Princeton has this brilliant geographical advantage. It's nestled right there in New Jersey, perfectly positioned literally right between New York City and Philadelphia. So for students, that means unparalleled access. You're just a short train ride away from two of the nation's absolute biggest cultural, business, and research hubs. It perfectly bridges that gap between quiet, deep academic reflection and major real-world opportunities. So here's our map for today's explainer. First, a legacy of excellence. Second, the academic powerhouse. Third, the vibrant campus community. Fourth, admissions and financial aid. And finally, outcomes and global impact. Okay, let's dive right into this first one. A legacy of excellence, tracing nearly 3 centuries of history. To really get Princeton, we kind of have to look at its roots. This place was founded way back in 1746. Think about that for a second. That is before the United States was even a country. It's actually the fourth oldest university in the entire nation. Now, originally, it was known as the College of New Jersey, and it didn't officially become Princeton University until 1896. But watching it transform from a few colonial-era buildings into the modern, world-leading academic giant we know today is just incredible. Moving on to Section 2, Academic Powerhouse. We're talking rigor, innovation, and global discovery. So Princeton is internationally recognized for its intense academic rigor. We're looking at flagship programs here like mathematics, physics, economics, computer science, engineering, and public policy. And what's truly mind-blowing is the sheer caliber of people these departments draw in. I mean, fields like math and physics routinely attract literally the brightest minds and top scholars from all across the globe. And this brilliantly illustrates what truly sets Princeton apart from the pack. It's their intense focus on undergraduate research. Look, a lot of massive universities, they tend to reserve their best lab spaces and top faculty time for graduate students, right? But Princeton fiercely commits to undergraduate education. Undergrads get this incredibly rare opportunity to work directly alongside elite, world-renowned professors on cutting-edge, highly important projects. Let's put that into perspective and actually connect these departments to their real-world impact. Take physics. Princeton's labs aren't just running basic tests. They're actively driving particle research and producing major scientific breakthroughs. We're talking about work from numerous Nobel Prize-winning physicists. Then you've got the economics department, widely considered one of the strongest on Earth, literally producing the researchers who analyze global markets and shape international public policy. And over in computer science, they are brilliantly merging deep theoretical foundations with cutting-edge AI and software innovation. It's high-level theory meeting massive global execution. All right, Section 3, Vibrant Campus Community. Living, learning, and growing together. Let's bring it down to what day-to-day life actually feels like on campus. The real secret to Princeton student life is its residential college system. This is a close-knit framework where students live, dine, and learn right alongside each other. It's amazing because it effectively shrinks this massive, globally renowned university down into a warm, supportive, tight-knit home. And when you combine that with hundreds of student organizations and these grand, historic libraries that literally hold millions of books and manuscripts, you end up with an environment that's designed entirely to foster human connection and discovery. Now, what's really interesting about this next part is Section 4, Admissions and Financial Aid, navigating the highly selective path to entry. Okay, so how do you actually get through those famous gates? Well, admission to Princeton is, as you might expect, highly, highly selective. Here's the roadmap. Step 1 is all about exceptional academic performance. Basically, your transcripts need to be flawless. Step 2 involves your essays, and these must heavily demonstrate a genuine, deep-seated intellectual curiosity. For Step 3, you need incredibly strong recommendation letters. And Step 4, they are looking for demonstrated leadership and outstanding personal character. So yeah, it's a very challenging path that demands a whole lot more than just good grades. But let's say you do get in. Congratulations! But then you are faced with this number, $90,000. Yeah, That is what the annual cost of attendance, including tuition and living expenses, can easily exceed for a single family. It is an incredibly imposing sticker price, and honestly, seeing that number can cause an immediate wave of anxiety for almost anyone. But take a breath, because there is a massive contrast between that scary sticker price and the actual financial aid reality. Princeton actually boasts one of the most generous financial aid programs in the entire world. Through substantial scholarship support and really robust financial assistance, the university is made incredibly accessible to so many families. In fact, it allows a vast majority of students to graduate with little to literally no debt at all. It's such a powerful reminder that an elite education can, for sure, be accessible. Which brings us to our final pillar, Section 5, Outcomes and Global Impact, the lifelong legacy of a Princeton education. When you mix world-class faculty with immense, unparalleled resources and some of the brightest students on the planet, the career outcomes are absolutely exceptional. We are talking about an alumni network that includes U.S. presidents, Supreme Court justices, Nobel Prize winners, top-tier scientists, and incredibly influential global policymakers. Princeton grads consistently step right into major leadership roles across academia, business, public service, and tech innovation. The university truly consistently delivers on its promise to shape the future's top leaders. So let's wrap this up with a question for you. If you were given access to centuries of knowledge, a deeply supportive community, and a world-class faculty, how would your intellectual curiosity shape the future? Princeton represents the pinnacle of academic excellence and a serious, unwavering commitment to the future of our world. Just think about what you could achieve with those kinds of resources right at your fingertips. Thank you so much for joining me for this Explainer Today, focused learners. Keep asking those big questions, keep seeking out the best information, and I will see you in the next one.